Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is March 18th, 2025, and the top news for crypto is as follows. Today we will start with Brazil, where a new law, if passed, will allow Brazilians to receive their salaries in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Specifically, Brazilian lawmakers are considering a new law that would officially authorize employers to pay salaries to employees using crypto such as Bitcoin. Let's say this law states that an employer has the right to pay up to 50% of an employee's salary in a cryptocurrency of their choice, and the remaining 50% in Brazil's official currency. As I mentioned, this law has not yet passed, but it is not impossible. From Brazil, we move on to ETFs, where we can report that spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US have seen $6.4 billion in the last 5 weeks. Just yesterday on March 17th, 2025, we recorded the first positive and high levels at $274 million in inflows. On the other days, as you can see, there was interest, but with much smaller numbers. Continuing with ETFs, Canary Capital has submitted a request to the SEC for a SUI ETF. If I remember correctly, this is the second SUI ETF on the market. Meanwhile, Hashdex modified its S1 filing for its ETFs. Essentially, Hashdex is planning a cryptocurrency index that with this modification will add 7 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, Avalanche, Litecoin, and Uniswap. As you can see, this index will track all 7 assets simultaneously, and its price will fluctuate based on their movements. Moving on from ETFs, we turn to a company today, Strategy, owned by Mr. Michael Saylor, which recently purchased 130 Bitcoin. Now, shifting our focus to crypto developments, we look at Ethena Securitize, the company that manages BlackRock's tokenized capital. These two entities announced they will launch their own blockchain for financial instruments and tokenization. This new blockchain will be called Converge and will feature an EVM, allowing it to connect to Ethereum and attract developers and liquidity from the Ethereum ecosystem. This blockchain aims to provide private investors with access to standard DeFi applications and will specialize in institutional offerings, bridging traditional finance with DeFi opportunities and tokenization in simpler terms. Converge's RWA infrastructure will benefit from Securitize's growing presence in the tokenization market, with nearly $2 billion minted across various blockchains. The company recently announced that BlackRock's USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, BUIDL, has surpassed $1 billion in net assets 1 year after launch. On the DeFi side, Converge will allow users to stake Ethena's native governance token, ENA. Ethena's USDE and USDTB stablecoins will serve as the network's gas tokens. At this point, we do not know when this blockchain will be released to the market, but we are eagerly awaiting the results. Lastly, moving on from this new blockchain, we turn to Ripple, which has filed a trademark application related to custody service. This particular trademark is called Ripple Custody and has 4 use cases, all of which focus on custody service. Let's say that the interesting thing about this whole thing is that it seems to refer to use cases for both institutions and ordinary people. So it seems that Ripple is slowly thinking about creating its own global bank. Let's note that when a trademark application is filed, we are usually still a long way from seeing a fully functional product. However, this new application from Ripple is interesting. For the latest news of the day, we turn to Razer, the well-known computer peripheral manufacturer, which announced a partnership with formerly Worldcoin, to combat bots on the internet. According to an analysis done online, 1 in 4 users is real, while the other 3 are bots. Worldcoin's vision is to scan users' eyes to create digital identities, distinguishing people from bots. Razer has partnered with Worldcoin to identify real users in video games against bots. While Razer already has its own identity system, it appears to be partnering with Worldcoin to expand its services. Moving on, it's time to check on our favorite crypto market, which is currently at $82,000. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is March 18th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.